doing today?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm so happy our girl out of the hospital bed. She doing better.
Is she? We'll see.
They be taking her through it, okay?
Right.
But I want to know for you, I want to know what was the experience like, even just getting the script. Because when you kind of hear the premise and then you see all of these crazy things that unfold, I'm just like, I couldn't have even imagined all of this was going to take place.
Yes, it was like as soon as the scripts came in, I'm reading them like front to back because what is happening next? I need to know. It's definitely, as crazy as it is on screen, it's, just as good actually reading the script. So like as soon as I saw it, I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm in." It's good.
I want to know, like, what was your favorite scene doing? Because I like the interaction with your friendship, with your character and Kimmy, and how
Mhm.
we see how they kind of first form their bond in a crazy way as well. But like, what was
Yeah.
your favorite like scene to film before we see our girl get injured?
You know what? That's probably one of my favorite. The scene in Walmart after Kimmy got dropped off by her mom, just abandoned in a random Walmart. And we met for the first time. It was fun, like actually sneaking through those aisles. We were at an actual Walmart, like after
Oh,
hours. So that was fun for sure.
that made me think of this movie called Where the Heart Is, where like she lives in a Walmart, and I was like, you know what?
Oh wow. Have I seen that? What
With Natalie Portman and Ashley Judd. It's like a movie from back in the day, but it was actually pretty good.
like sleep behind stuff on the shelves? Why does
Yeah,
that feel
like
familiar?
she was like sleeping in the tents and stuff. I was
Ah,
like the Walmart was
yeah.
like the vibe, okay?
Rent is high, okay?
Okay, you just reminded me I gotta go talk to my landlord after this, okay? But I mean, also too, I think it's interesting because we see with Rain's character, like I feel like that's something that we can relate to about feeling like kind of the industry that she's in. Like she feels like she has to constantly change her body and kind of conform to this body that she finds desirable to other people. So I really want you to talk about, portraying a character like that, but somebody that I think everybody can really relate to.
Yeah, absolutely. That was one of the things that I really related to Rain about, just feeling that pressure in the industry because I actually grew up in Atlanta and I don't know if you know much about Atlanta, but there's a lot of strip club culture, down here. And before I got into acting, I was modeling and I just wasn't getting like the recognition or the opportunities that I felt like I should have been because there were girls that had these big butts and the breasts and just like very voluptuous, and I've always been like a slim girl, so definitely felt those pressures. So I could a million percent understand why Rain felt that she needed to go to those crazy measures to feel like she was accepted in the industry that she was in. So I get it.
I was like, Rain Girl, don't do it, honey. Like, it's out of style now. See, everybody trying to be slim now. You see how them cycles be happening?
Right, that's true, that's true. Everybody taking the extra out. Yeah.
But what I found interesting about kind of the new part that's dropping is, I thought Kimmy was the quiet one, but Rain was like, no, y'all, you gotta watch out for them quiet people because when they get pushed to
Mhm.
the edge. So I want to know, like, how was it actually seeing the transformation in Rain's friend for this part too? Because we getting a different Kimmy.
Yes, I love the pivot. I love the transition that we're seeing with Kimmy because so many people were frustrated with her in part one. They're like, "Girl, stand up." So I'm really excited for my girl to, get her backbone and, come back with a vengeance.
Okay, because I was like, honey, I was like, are you in the room where you just gonna keep letting them disrespect you like this?
Right. Yeah. But that's how trauma is. It's when people are dealing with, granted this is TV, but there are people who have gone through very similar things to Kimmy and Rain. So when you're in that type of situation, you learn to be meek and be quiet and, just let things happen, so that you don't rock the boat. But like I said, I'm excited that she's finally getting her backbone.
Okay. But What would you say Rain's backstory is? Like, did you like craft out an even larger backstory than what we already know about Rain? Like, what would her story be for us?
Yes, absolutely. So, Rain was in foster care. She grew up in foster care. And as you saw in the story, she met Kimmy very young, but she had been, as assaulted and, things like that. So she's gone through a lot of crazy things growing up. And just that's why she clung to Kimmy, I think, so soon, because she's like, finally, I got a friend that can, be in this with me. And she doesn't make the best decisions, but it's like misery loves company, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, even if it's not, she didn't have the bad intentions for Kimmy, it's just they were just in bad situations.
But let's talk about that bad situation because I need to know. They be like, Angel is not your fault. And I'm like, the F it is. Like, what you mean?
I agree. It was
Right.
Angel Paul. He should have never tried to tell us that we weren't gonna get in trouble or nothing. But Rain is very she's very gullible.
Mm.
So, and we were very young. So, but I agree with you. I think it was Angel fault to this day.
Okay. Do you think that they did it on purpose? Do you think like Jules set them up on purpose?
Now
That's how I feel.
That's a theory. That's a theory because Angel could have been working with Jules from the jump. You own to something. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know.
That's my conspiracy theory of the day. Okay.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Hey, look. But I mean, for part two, like I was like, is Rain gonna make it? Like, what's gonna happen? But
Yes.
you kind of find yourself in trouble too in part two.
So yeah, so Rain definitely survived the botched BBL. Thank God, So we will see more of Rain in part two, and that's pretty much all I can say about
That's all
that.
you have to say. Okay. It was the scene I was ready to fight for her because I'm like, why you bothering my girl right now? She's trying to recover, but we're not gonna spoil nothing, all right?
We gotta watch. I can't wait for it to come out because it's been a few months. So I'm gonna definitely get my memory refreshed once it comes out.
I had to rewatch part one because I was like, hold on, like what happened? Like, you know how something like so much happened?
Yes.
Gotta go back and rewatch to make sure. Okay, okay, I think I'm
Yes.
back on track.
Actually, when we were filming, we did like a family tree. Like, okay, so this is her husband, and that's his brother, and that's the uncle. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot going on. A lot of different storylines. A big old family. So
I have to ask about your infamous line, "We gonna be hoes," okay? Because how did you always say it with a straight face, or did it take a couple of takes? You just like, "We always gonna be hoes."
and that's just what it is. That was one of the scenes for my audition, and I pretty much said it just like that. Like, you just gotta face the facts. Like, the facts are the facts, girl. We hoes, and that's all we
I
gonna
was
be.
like, I said, "Ray, you ain't got to be a hoe forever, girl. You can break
Right.
out. You can
And
get
that's the
free."
thing. That's the thing about Rain. She needs some guidance. Poor girl. She done got in this situation and she don't see a way out, And it happens like that in life. You know what I mean?
That's real. But I was like, girl, like play the lottery, do something. Like y'all can find a way. Like, come on, we could do a
Go
GoFundMe.
back to
Get
school.
GoFundMe.
Something.
We could do a GoFundMe. Like, Rain and Kimmy not be hoes no more. Like, we'll support. We will came through and showed up.
That's hilarious.
But if you had to rewrite, if you had to, and we can't talk about what happens in part two, but like if you had to knowing then what you know now, okay, and if Rain knew what she knows now, like how do you feel like Rain would help get out of the situation? Because I kind of wanted to see Rain and Kimmy together getting out of this situation.
Right. So first of all, if Rain knew, wait, no, knew what she knows now. Yes, if
She
Rain
knew then
knew
what she knows now.
knew then what she knows now, she would have never went to that motel and got that little job done. Now that was foolish, Rain. That
Okay.
was foolish. So yeah, she wouldn't have done that. She probably would have just stayed at the club and found another way or something. But that was silly. That was silly.
Okay. I was like, girl, we gotta make better decisions. I know you didn't,
Yes,
but we gotta make some better decisions here, okay?
for sure.
But I mean, also too, if you could switch places, because I feel like all the characters, they have like everybody has their own little thing, and I'd be like, oh, I like them, but then I like them too. Like if you could switch places with anyone, or did you ever try to audition for another role, but it was best for you to do Rain?
No, Rain was
Okay.
the role that I auditioned from the beginning. And I believe it's the role that Tyler Perry had in mind for me for this show. But if anyone else, I might say Charles because Charles is just a mess. He's so
Okay.
funny. He's so much fun. He's like the comical relief in the show. But he's just a great person in real life too. But I love his character. His character is so much fun.
I was like, I know Charles the vibe, okay?
Yes, he is in real life.
And the most
Steven, that's my I always call him cousin.
like Charles, you're the most unserious person. But
So unserious.
if that was your family, you'll have to become an unserious person too.
For sure, because they are very wound tight in that family.
Okay. But I mean, is there anything else that you're working on? Anything anywhere else we could see you at? We already manifested more beauty in black, but where else can we see you?
I receive it. I receive it. I will just say this. Can't say too much. I will say if you have your Netflix or if you don't have your Netflix, make sure you keep your subscription. Tyler Perry has a lot of things coming out on Netflix, so we just gonna stay locked in.
Okay, I'm gonna stay locked in. Okay, my whole
Uh-huh.
family using my subscription. Hold on, Netflix. Don't lock your girl
Hold
out.
up.
Actually, I'm waiting on them to lock them out. Okay, so I can have freedom. But I mean, also too, how is it working with Tyler Perry? I mean, he always does such a great job of uplifting, black actors and giving them jobs and paying them their due. Like, how was his experience working with them?
A dream come true, literally. Like all the great things that you've heard about him are true. He's such an amazing man and an amazing leader. He's so kind, and you just see it every day on set, every day at Tyler Perry Studios. Every time I go there, I just feel like I'm in Disneyland. Like it's a beautiful experience, and I feel seen. I feel appreciated, and like I said, a dream come true.
Love that.
Yes.
Dude, is it even deeper meaning for you to be in Atlanta, filming and working with him as well?
Absolutely. I've been hearing as long as I can remember, when you gonna work with Tyler Perry? When you gonna work with Tyler Perry? So it's like finally, like full circle, and I'm so grateful.
I love that. Look, I can't wait to see what other projects. I'm gonna keep a lookout. I'm gonna stay
Yes.
subscribed. They still be getting my coins. If they get my family off my plan, then we're gonna be back in business. But look, I just want to thank you so much for taking time out of your day to speak with me. I appreciate you, and I'm just sending nothing but love and light your way. I hope
Thank
you.
you so much. I appreciate you. This was so much fun.
Thank you. I can't wait to chat again about the next project.
Yes, ma'am. We gonna stay in touch.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.
Doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing good, but y'all be stressing me the hell out on this show. I know that.
Perfect.
Oh,
That's
welcome to the
perfect.
club. Welcome to the club.
I'm just saying, I'd be like, can we just get some peace just for a few moments for all the
No,
characters?
absolutely not.
Just
Hey,
nothing.
I'll be wanting it too. Trust me, but it don't go like that all the time.
I'm like, my goodness, they
No.
just need a hug, some love. All right.
Therapy, everything.
Yeah, okay, they definitely need you. I need some therapy. We all need
Meditation,
therapy now.
something. They need
Look,
something.
but Julian, because your character, I feel like, you know what? I feel like he done been through some things.
Yeah.
And he didn't have some hard parents, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like we're gonna be able to see a part of that relationship? Because I feel like it's still something that y'all ain't told us yet
Yeah,
about why.
you are. Yeah, actually, that's the crazy part about part two is that you are going to see more of the backstory about why Roy acts the way he does. And yeah, he really hit it on the head. I think the upbringing of him really did cause him to be the way he is right now. And there's so many things happening within and what his parents do. And I think he just always has been yearning for not only his parents' love, but most importantly, his father's love. Being
Mm,
being the firstborn, that's a lot of pressure with that and a lot of expectations. And then you have his younger brother who's getting a lot of love from his mother. So, the mom has a favorite child, and then me, I'm like a runt a little bit, if you really think about it, because we bring in Crystal, who plays Mallory. She comes in to the picture, And you would think that I would get the keys to the throne, but she gets the keys really. So Stevens is the favorite child of my mom, so he gets the love. And then Crystal, who plays Mallory, she gets the love from my father. So where does that leave Roy? And now Roy is going crazy because he always secretly wanted to be his dad's favorite. He wanted to be the next up. He doesn't get that. So he needs some type of control, some type of power, some type of feeling that eases the anxiety, eases the pain and the despair that he's gone through as a kid. And that's why he lashes out the way he does and goes to unfortunate vices that I don't really prescribe for people to go to. But he does because he's looking for power, he's looking for control, and he's really looking for peace. And so there's a lot to this guy. But yeah, season two, you get to see a lot of that. Not season two, part two, you get to see a lot of it come to life.
But let's hold him accountable a little bit though. Could you think people waiting for him to step up?
Now, see, you so right about that because playing this character, I have commonalities with my father and stuff, and I didn't choose what he did. I chose God, meditation, healing, and therapy. So you always have a choice as well. But there's learning lessons to be taught there, and there's angles to be learned there from this character. So we do have to hold him accountable, and hopefully he does get better in the future.
Okay, I'm gonna keep he on my prayer list. Okay, so I'm
Yes,
gonna keep
please,
okay.
please,
Stay on the
please,
prayer list.
please do, please do.
But I mean, also too, with Varney, I'd be like, why are you wasting this time with Charles? Why are you wasting this time with Charles?
Barney's wasting his time with Charles the same way we all waste time with certain people that we should have let go a long time ago.
Right.
Friends, family, it's like I've seen this. I've been in this position where you love someone and you realize the reason I love you so much is because there's something I'm missing that I don't love in myself. And I think that Barney's looking for something in Charles that he's not healed in himself. That he has not healed in himself, in his past, in his family, and he's looking for it in his little boy that's looking around at him and running around and doing it. Why would you let anybody not love you and not be with just you? If you decided you want something else, that's one thing. But he's not giving Barney anything. And I think in part two, knowing that Charles is gone, and it is now you have to see how Barney moves on.
But I do want to know, how do you keep a straight face working with Steve? Because his character is so serious. I don't even know how you make it through any scenes without laughing.
Well, you know what? It's funny because we have a lot of bloopers and a lot of behind the scenes. I have some on my Instagram where I always take a lot of behind the scenes. And working with Steven, he's hilarious. He's also, to me, Steven is one of the most amazing actors. I love working alongside him and preparing for what we have, but he is somebody that I love to work with, but he's hilarious.
Yeah.
Because even in the first episode of part two, why? But we're not gonna spoil nothing. We're gonna keep it moving.
Well, you are.
Hey, oh shit, I sure did. We'll take that out. I'm sorry, Netflix. Don't ban me, okay? Don't ban me. I'll take it out. But I do have a question about both of your relationships, because even though they are dysfunctional, I feel like at some point in time, there had to be love there. There had to be something that was nice, that felt foundational. Will we ever get to see like kind of the genesis of both of your characters' relationships?
Well, with Barney, I don't think that there was ever love there. I think that, like I said, he was searching for something. He found it. You look at Steven's character. I think he's searching for something too. Look at the family that he comes from, and everybody, comes from trauma, but a lot of us have not healed from that trauma. So we're just dealing and living and going and moving, and and like Julian said, with Charles's character, his vices and the things he's chasing, are trying to heal. Look at them, both of them, Roy and Charles. They're just out there because of what they have. It seems like to the world they have everything, but inside their own minds and homes and lives they don't have anything. So I don't see the love that was ever there between Barney and Charles, and if it was, it definitely wasn't even.
Julian, how about Roy?
It's so interesting with this dynamic between me and Mallory, and Roy and Mallory, because I do think when you see the interaction between both of them, there's this animated, fun, flimsy trolling type of relationship that they have and stuff that kind of insinuates that they did have love there. And I do feel it sometimes because at the end of the day, you can tell that they can get on each other's nerves and everything, and they can do certain things, but they wouldn't allow someone else to do it to them. I mean, do it to their partner and stuff, whatever. Like they have each other's back. until, it's
Right.
maybe they, but
Or
um,
do they?
but at the end of the day, yeah, I do think the love was there, and
Yeah,
I definitely think that, yeah, like I said, I really do think the love's there. But like I said, I think Roy's his desperation for like I said, the power and the control and just
yeah,
being letting his selfishness and ego lead, I think
yeah.
that outweighs the love and the concern that he has for his wife. Because
Well,
he's,
Charles and I can't even get past step one.
Okay.
yeah,
So
exactly.
that's a
He
no.
chooses himself. Roy chooses himself a lot. He's very selfish. And sometimes when I read the script, I wish it could be a little bit more loving and we can see that, but hey, it is what it is. And Roy is Roy, and he has to just keep getting better. So hopefully he gets better in the future. But yeah, you never know.
But I mean, also too, it's interesting because they put on this act for everyone working in the company and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But do you really think they're fooling their parents, especially as dysfunctional as Roy's parents are? Do you really think that they're fooling them, or
Yeah, I
like,
think I think I think this family just doesn't give a they don't give a dang. They don't give a dang about a lot of stuff. And I think that they do a lot of things that really don't even hold any weight for real. I think they try to fake things. And it's like really no one cares because everyone can kind of see through the BS and see that these are unwell people, really.
Yeah.
They're
And
really unwell people, and you can see it. They think they're hiding it and really playing a game with people and stuff. But in reality, it's like people know,
but
you know.
who do they think they're fooling, honestly? Because
Exactly.
the parents are just as crazy as they are.
Exactly.
So I mean, it's all over the place.
Everyone's all over the place, and that's why really I think, yeah, I think no one's
No,
really
they're not fooling their
they're
parents.
not fooling.
I was like, they too tight. They got to see through this toxicity. But I mean, with Varney, I don't know because I know you say it was never love there, but did you feel as though with your character that Charles felt because it almost feels like Charles is out and proud, and it
Yeah,
feels like Barney's trying to hide. Do you
yeah.
feel like that could possibly be the barrier? Because Charles is
Mm.
very much, I'm going to live my life out in the open and I don't
Yeah,
care what anyone thinks. Do you
yeah.
really think that, I mean, that could be something that's stopping him from fully giving
No,
himself,
and I
giving
no,
up?
and I'll tell you why. I think people will use anything as an excuse when they just don't want to do something. Because I don't care how busy I've been. I don't care how far I am. If I'm in love with somebody, I will do what I want to do to be with them and get with them. But if I don't, I got a reason to keep you dangling along because I don't want to get rid of you. But then I'll say it's your fault. But you see what I'm saying? Like you wouldn't choose somebody that's in the closet if you don't want them. You just wouldn't. So for me, I don't think it's just that at all because if and when the situation had been different, would he still choose Char? Would he still choose him? If you're ready to choose somebody, because he's not doing anything to move them along. He's not doing anything to even say, okay, if this is a possibility, then let's do this. And everything about Charles and Barney, the most important thing when they're together is how quick Charles can get away from him.
Yeah.
So now,
See, I got a soft spot for Charles. I be feel like he was trying to push Varney away because he knew that if he fully, I don't know if his parents just messed him up and made him feel like, what's the point of loving somebody? Because my parents, they didn't stay together.
exactly. But that's what I mean by trauma. A lot of times, just trauma. Like, just because I have had something happen to me or somebody tell me something, what does that have to do with me? Like, well, at some point, I just would have to say, boom. And now, I love this man. Let me be with him. Forget what the world has to say or forget what my parents told me. But Charles ain't saying that. And Barney is just dumb and 6'5" running around looking for love. Oh, okay, baby. I'll wait till you get back, baby. I'll see you in about with 6 guys and a bag of cocaine. The hell is that?
Okay, I'm like, Varney, stand up. Stand
Yeah.
up, Varney. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, I'll be telling them in my mind, I'm gonna read these lines, but this ain't no way in hell I'll let nobody do this to me.
Okay. But I mean, Julian, with you, Roy's so damn mean. I be like, why you so mean, baby? Like, oh my gosh. Like, I mean, how do you even decompress from playing? Like, you play a very toxic person. I mean,
Yeah.
given what they've been through, like, how do you even kind of wind down from playing somebody who's just so mean, especially to who?
Uh, I think I meditate a lot. I pray a lot. And But also, I think playing a character like this is therapeutic. I've gone through a lot of things in my life, as we all gone through a lot of things in our life. And I love this craft so much because you do get a chance to just have an outlet, whether it be emotions that you held inside that are condensed within your spirit that you didn't let out when you were like 10 years ago or maybe 12 years ago and things of that nature. So, um, I can just turn it on. I turn it on, but once I'm all set, I can go back to my goofy, just animated self and be who I am. But when duty calls, I just do what the script says and stuff. And it's really not super hard to get in there and decompress because I am Roy, you know, but at the same time, I would never do the actions that he had. But I do think some emotions we have commonalities with the character, and we all do. Every person that plays this character have commonalities with the person they're playing, or else they couldn't bring them to life as good as they do. So I do think that it's just a part of you. I think the darkness is in part of you. I think there's compartmentalizations and like sections in your spirit that hold certain things. And I think that when duty calls and when a script or scene calls for something, I can use that and bring it out and then put it back and just, go on with my life. And it's not really a major like thing I have to do to put it away because as a human being, as Julian Horton, I'm always trying to do everything I can to be a better man and grow and elevate and advance my life.
Okay, you better grow and self-reflect, okay?
Yeah,
I'm here for this.
for sure. And that's why I like playing Roy because I get that question a lot. Like, how do you do it? How do you get this? But it's just, and college was crazy, life is crazy, childhood was crazy. But like I said, I didn't choose to do vicious things with that. I chose to go to God. I chose to find ways to work on my mental health and work on my anxiety and my depression and stuff like that because I can't live with that. I don't want to live with that. I want to live as free and as peaceful as I can. So that's why it's easy for me to go in and out of these characters because I'm doing this self work as a human being, as an individual, and as myself.
And we're gonna claim that for Roy too, because I think
Yes, hopefully he does. Yeah, hopefully every time I read it, I hope he gets better, but somehow he just continues to, yeah,
he
be
on my
real.
prayer list though. So we gonna
Yeah,
keep hope alive for him, all right?
facts.
Do you feel like we're ever gonna see Varney like have I just want Varney to have some type of other emotion, like, just I feel like
Mhm.
we never get to see the real him. Like he's always projecting
Yeah.
who he like thinks he should be for
Yeah,
society.
I've been there. That in my I've been in this business a long time. And you're always well, not always, but in the beginning, I was always what I thought the audience wanted me to be, and that's true because it's very hard for people to separate who and what you are versus sometimes you meet a character or what they see on screen. So Barney, as a lawyer, wanted people to see him, and they don't want. He doesn't want anyone to see him as weak because a lot of times when people see someone who's part of the LGBTQ community, they look at him as a weaker person or a second class something or not, the norm. So he's like, I don't want to be looked at like that, and I don't want to be this, that, and he's more concerned with that than he is saying, look, shit, this is what I am, this is who I am, and at any point, you're gonna either love me or hate me, but it doesn't matter because I got me. But Varney is battling. It doesn't look like it, but he's battling big time, and it's a lot of internal stuff going on. And without spoiling anything, I'll let you just see how he moves forward and maneuvers through it.
I do want to talk about both of your collaborations and working with Tyler Perry and what that experience is like because he's someone who uplifts and has given a lot of opportunities, especially to Black actors,
Yeah.
in the industry. So I would love for the both of you just to talk about the experience and what it has been to be able to work with him and collaborate with him in his projects.
I've worked with Tyler Perry since Medea's class reunion. That was 22 years ago. And Die of a Mad Black Woman singing the song, Father, can you hear
Okay,
me?
I was like, not just the pastor being like this in Beauty and but okay, pastor.
That's me, So working with Tyler Perry is not only working with somebody who has compassion, who is a living legend, a genius, to be able to see this man at this, this many years later. I'm watching this guy who's my friend, who's my boss, who's my mentor, work hard and bring to life not only his dreams but stories and tell us and our stories the way that they should be told by us and this intricate and at this magnitude. So working with him is and not only an inspiration, but it is motivation, and I'm under just as much pressure now as I was 22 years ago when I started with him, when he says action to deliver, but working with Tyler is just like there's nothing else that in our lifetime, in my lifetime, in the entertainment industry, and especially in Black entertainment, that is like working with Tyler Perry. And whether you like his stories or you don't, nobody has done that. And I'm so happy to be riding that ride and living this time in this lifetime, working with a man like Tyler Perry.
I love it. How about you, Julian?
Yeah, to piggyback on what Terrell said, um, working with Tyler is something I'm forever grateful for, and I express gratitude to God every single day about it because he's allowed really everyone who's worked under him to be in better positions than they were before, whether that be career-wise, whether it be financially. And it's just a blessing to be able to work with a man who's had the impact and has the magnitude that he's had, and this the impact he's had on this culture, not just Black culture, but just film culture, entertainment culture, business, entertainment, real estate. You can go on and on, all the things that Tyler has done, and it's just amazing. He's really has been blessed by God and ordained by God. So to be able to work with this man and to be able to work on his first Netflix show is something that you can't even dream of. It's just something that God has to give you. And it's just a blessing that I'm always forever grateful for. And to work with him just like on set is a blessing too, because you learn more about yourself as a person. You learn more about yourself as an actor. And you get better too, because Tyler, he's different than any other director that I've ever worked with. You're filming way faster. You're doing way more scenes, and it makes you a better actor because it makes you more prepared. You have to know your lines like crazy because you're not going to get as many takes as you are on other sets like that. You're not going to film 8 to 9 scenes. You might film 30 to 40 scenes. So you're doing things a lot differently than normal sets, but that broadens you, that expands you, that makes you a better artist, that makes you a better human being. So to be able to have that fortunate opportunity to work with him and stretch my craft and stretch my talent, that's a blessing that I never take for granted. And also, he's a great cheerleader. He allows me, especially being this Roy character, to have a lot of freedom, to make a lot of interesting choices. And I don't feel bombarded or closed off to make these choices because he cheerleads me on. He encourages me to make choices. He allows me to do things. And to have someone of that magnitude and have someone of this, there's just the weight that he holds in this industry, for him to do that for me, it's second to none. It's priceless. So it's just a blessing to be able to work with him, to know what he's done, to know what he continues to do, but just to see his work ethic and to see how he gets things done film wise and business wise, it's a blessing to see. And I'm definitely inspired by it.
I love that. I was like, shoot, let me go put an application in. I can't act, but some in the background. Look, I just want to thank the both of you so much. Thank you for taking time out of your day to speak with me. Thank you for your thoughtful responses. Like, I really appreciate it. And I'm just sending nothing but love and light both your ways. I hope you have a great day.
Thank
I
you. Thank you for
appreciate
having me.
it
Thank you for having us. I
for
appreciate
sure.
it. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.
We're going to chat with the next season because we're going to claim and manifest it. It's done. Okay?
Yes.
The name is done.
He's funny. Yes, next, yeah, we manifesting, we claiming it,
Yes.
baby. For sure. Guys
For
are great.
sure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Take care.
Y'all.
For sure.
Bye.